Most people don't lose focus because life gets hard. They lose focus because life gets noisy. And right now, oh, it's loud out there. News cycles, opinions, social media, prediction, fear, uncertainty. And all of it is competing for your attention. Here's the problem: attention is probably your most valuable resource. What you give it to, you build. What you give it to, you become. Welcome to today's episode of the Achieve Your Apex podcast. I'm Chad Hyams, your voice of reason in a fun new environment. That's right. What do you think? Sitting on my deck recording this one for you. If you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/Chad Hyams, you can watch every episode. And excuse me as I'm recovering, yet still wanted to bring you content. Because today we're starting a short series called Control the Controllables. Because when the world feels unstable, most people start attempting to control things they never had control over in the first place. And that is where energy gets wasted. Let's get real for a minute. You can't control the economy, the market, the global conflicts that are happening, other people's decisions or opinions, or breaking news alerts that show up on your phone. Yet people spend hours thinking about all of it, reacting to all of it, arguing about all of it. And at the end of the day, nothing in their life actually moved forward. There's a concept in psychology called the locus of control. Research shows that people who focus on what they can control, what's called an internal locus, perform better, experience less stress, and make better decisions under pressure. People who focus externally feel overwhelmed faster because they're attempting to influence outcomes they don't own. So let's simplify this. There are three things you truly control: your actions, your attention, and your standards. That's it. Not 10 things, not 20 things. Three: your actions, your attention, your standards. Let's break those three down for you. First, I said your actions. What you do today still matters, even when the world feels uncertain. You can still move your body. You can still do your work. You can still make that call, have that conversation, execute the plan before you. Progress does not pause just because the world feels chaotic. Only people pause. Number two on the list was your attention. This is a big one because attention is where most people lose. You check the news once, then you check it again, then you check it again. Then suddenly you've spent an hour consuming information that changed nothing about your day. There's a study out there from the American Psychology Association showing constant exposure to negative news increases stress and reduces productivity. No surprise there. Your brain wasn't built to process global threats all day. It was built to solve immediate problems. So when you feed it constant uncertainty, it stays in a low-level stress state, which means less clarity, less focus, less execution. Number three on the list was your standards. And this is where high performers separate from everyone else. Standards don't change because of the environment. If anything, they matter more than ever because standards create stability when everything else feels unstable. If your standard is, I train, then you train. If your standard is, I show up, then you show up. If your standard is, I do the work, then you do the work. No negotiation, no emotional vote, just execution. So here's a shift I want you to think about making today. Stop asking, what's going to happen? Start asking, what am I going to do? Because one creates anxiety, the other creates direction. Let's make this real for you. Pick one area where maybe you've been distracted lately during the chaos of the world. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your business, maybe it's just your focus. Now ask yourself, what action is fully within my control today? Not next week, not when things calm down a little bit, today. Then go do that. Here's the truth. The world has always been uncertain. It just feels louder right now. And most people respond to noise by losing control of themselves. High performers respond differently. They narrow their focus, they tighten their standards, they control what they can, and they move forward no matter what. Let me leave you with this. You don't need control over everything. You need control over you, your actions, your standards, your attention. When you lock those three things in, the noise will start to fade. In the next episode, I'm going to talk with you about where you're leaking energy, because most people don't even realize how much they're giving away every single day. Until then, control what's yours, and as always, keep climbing.